Hello there, thanks for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard and I'm holding here in my hands the most spectacular James Brown concert poster ever. I know I'm passing across information, or I should say opinion, as fact. But, I mean, take a look at this thing. This is just, it's not just me. Lots of us poster collectors think this is just the greatest design of Brown's entire career. 1961 on this one. And just look at this beautiful, gorgeous Globe posters, concert poster for James Brown. Tour blank, of course. And it's got red and green and yellow, and even the black and white is used to great effect. It's just a gorgeous masterpiece. 1961, look at all those colors, all those graphics. It's just just the sweetest James. You know, and James Brown, like Ray Charles, used concert posters heavily his entire career, which means either his booking agent or his manager, or possibly James himself, just decided that, you know, posters were their method of choice for advertising upcoming concerts. In the day, the other two choices really being newspaper advertisements or radio commercials. But I'm glad they did concert posters, because we can have them 50 years later. Where we, you know, I guess we could have newspaper ads and a scrapbook 50 years later. Look at this thing. I just want to hug it. But these things are fragile, so you can't do so, because they were made to be thrown away the day after the show. But anyway, so of course, as you know, or may know, James Brown, the #1 rhythm and blues soul charting artist in the history of the record business. And two of his, I should say, his two big 1950s hits are right there on his sports coat. I just love that aspect of the graphics. Look at that. That is so cool. Please, 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 and Try Me were his two big hits of the 50s. And here we are in 1961, so they're not out of place there by any means at all. Matter of fact, Try Me, personally, is my favorite R&B vocal by a male ever in the history of the music business, including all the Motown records. It's just the bomb. It's killer. And there it is on a sports jacket. So you can imagine how much I love this poster, how it drives me nuts. 1961 was a big year for James Brown, for sure. He had 4 top 10 R&B hits. So the year was very good for him. So it's nice that he had such a good year to be represented with such a great poster. Now below James Brown you have all these other folks, and it's, you know, sometimes I think the posters are designed this way to make it look like there's a lot of opening acts and things. And sure, they all did their thing before James came out, but make no mistake, it's all the James Brown Review. And in fact, of course, across the top there, it says the James Brown Show, and these people were all part of it. And as a matter of fact, Sugar Pie DeSanto there, a good name in her own right, she was part of the review for about 2 years or so, and she had a top 5 hit with I Want to Know in 1960. It's kind of funny, the poster there says I Wanted to Know, which actually, I guess, looking back retroactively, she's talking about last year. Back then I wanted to know, and in 60 she's saying I want to know, present tense. So I think that's a Globe goof that kind of works, unless somebody was a lot more on the ball than I'm giving him credit for. And Sugar Pie was sort of known as the Lady James Brown. That was a little bit of her nickname, because she was very hardworking and competitive and really gave James a run for his money. And I think he saw her as perhaps a bit too much competition, so she moved along after a couple of years. All 4 foot 11 inches of her, by the way, moved along. You go to the other side of the poster, and this one is a real owie. Nat's attribution here in the green stripes. See that? First of all, his name is misspelled, a cardinal sin for a poster. It's Nat Kendrick. There's no S at the end, but they put it on there, so there it is. Pardon me, I suppose we've had Keith Richards, Cliff Richards, and stuff like that. So Nat Kendrick should not have the S, and he was the drummer in the James Brown Review. But the song title is what really kills me. I mean, Nat had a single out in '61 called Pig Eyes, Part 1 and 2. Pig Eyes. And this says, as you can see, Pig's Feet. I mean, between misspelling his name and getting that wrong, that might be, if they're both errors, the worst 1-2 combination error punch I've ever seen in the history of concert posters. I mean, what must Nat have said when he saw this concert poster? For God's sake, people, get it right. Now, there is a chance, I will admit, that just not on vinyl, it's possible that I don't know, it's possible that Nat had a song called Pig's Feet that just was never waxed, if you will, that he would do, and perhaps it was a humorous song, and so then it would be appropriate, and my error theory goes out the window. So Either way, that's fine. By the way, it was under Nat Kendrick's name the previous year that the James Brown Band put out a record called Do the Mashed Potatoes, and that was a top 10 hit. In 1960, they just couldn't put it out as James Brown, even though he was on piano, James was, for contractual reasons. And then, of course, you have the Dancing Girls. All these reviews have the Dancing Girls, self-explanatory, why they are called the Brownies here, named after their mentor, just like the Raelettes were named after Ray Charles and stuff. So there you have it, and they make no bones about the fact there are 6 beautiful dancing girls. What's interesting is there are 4 women pictured. See the 4 in the circle? There are 6 women pictured altogether. And then the 2 on the outside, though, look totally symmetrical, like it's the same, not only the same gal, but the same photograph, just reversed. So there's a maximum of 5 different ladies pictured. And I don't know, in fact, if that bookended picture also duplicates one of the 4 women in the circle. But, you know, that's parsing it just a little too far even for me. But that's okay. It's I just love tearing apart, you know, not physically, but information-wise, such a gorgeous masterpiece poster like this. So here we have December 9th, 1961, Eagles Auditorium in Seattle, Washington for the James Brown show. What was happening on the other side of the world musically? Well, down below London over in England, the unknown Beatles were playing for the smallest audience they ever did in their entire career. The famous Beatles at Aldershot non-concert, or dance I should say, was taking place on this very night, and there is photographic proof for that tiny audience, and I'm lucky enough to own the concert poster, and I'll be blogging that one soon and putting up another December 9th, 1961 concert poster for you to see soon. So, it's possible I already posted it by the time this got up. Either way, I don't always post them in the exact order that I shoot them. So, hope you enjoyed this, though. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous, I just love the red, green, and yellow on this James Brown Masterwork concert poster from '61 by Globe Posters, printed up over in Baltimore, Maryland. So, thanks a lot for dropping by, and we'll see you next time. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.